REL Gaming. This is Coney, along with TKbreezy. How are you today, my friend?
Welcome. I'm doing good. We had played a little of that Tekken today. It was fun. New characters out. Had to check her out. She's pretty fun. But we'll talk about that later, man. What we're gonna start with today, obviously, if you saw the topics, were Fall Guys, new character in Tekken, and of course, PlayStation buying EVO. We're gonna start today with Fall Guys. Fall Guys Season 4 is out. I saw that you, EE, and a couple of my other streamer friends like Wavy and Sensei CJ were playing. How you
Yeah,
feel about it?
it's very good. It's
Okay.
I hope it continues the track because like I feel like it's very fun and it's clear that they put a lot of work into it, which I didn't feel like they did on the last seasons, like seasons 2 and 3. It just felt
Okay.
even like season 3. I mean, they had a different theme, but seasons 1 and 2 were like super boring. And then this last one, like, there's a lot of stuff in it. I dig it a lot. Like the new theme is awesome. The aesthetic's good, and the games, like the modes themselves, feel like it wasn't just like an old thing repurposed. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good. I feel like that has definitely been an issue with the first season. The second season was that like it felt like it was the same shit from the first season, except we added some spikes here, or like, oh, the stuff falls faster. And it's like, okay,
Yeah,
that's not really you're not really changing the game. But I did see like when I tuned into your stream for a little bit, I saw there was a basketball game now. That
yeah,
joint looked pretty fun. So I was like, all right, man, there's definitely some variety in here. I got to load it up. Just haven't played it myself yet. I got to find the time to play it. Probably sometime next week. But or if y'all end up doing something tonight again, I'll pull up.
yeah,
You know what I'm
buddy.
saying?
Yeah, dude, Fall Guys is excellent. It's I like the new and there are like so many new modes that you're not playing the same one too much. There is one game mode that we keep playing, and it's kind of frustrating because I think they hard coded it to like make you go to 5 rounds. So like
Mm-hmm.
there's one that we keep running into, which is like okay, um, but that just means that when other modes come up just randomly, it's more of a surprise. I know the game was doing better, at least in viewership, and actually it's still number. What is that? It's number 14 right now, which is actually not bad at all considering how much it fell. Again, I genuinely feel like Fall Guys is very well, I think Twitch Rivals is happening right now, so maybe that's a little boost. But I genuinely feel like Twitch Rivals is always on the cusp of one more like big boon. Um
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like this might be the one. I don't know. The game modes are nice. The costumes are great. So hopefully we can do something with it. I hope the game continues to go up because it's really fun.
Okay. Well, I mean, honestly, I hope it goes up too. I feel like they finally found their stride. It was a big
Yeah.
boom at the beginning. They didn't know what to do with it, and now it seems like they kind of know what to do with it.
Yes.
Which I hope they would, because I mean they made bank at the beginning of their run.
Yeah.
You got to turn that into something so you can make even more bank, but make the people happy. So,
Well, now they're picked up by
speaking
Echo
of bank,
too, so I'm hoping that they can keep it up.
yeah. Speaking of bank, though, big bankrolls coming out from PlayStation as they acquire EVO. So, if you're wondering why they'd acquire EVO, well, there's a lot of stuff surrounding the EVO founder, Joey Cuellar, aka
Yeah.
Mr. Wizard. He had some allegations against him. I'm sure they were pretty true, and that's true. That's true. Um, but yeah, they kind of like excommunicated him. So Evo was kind of in balance or in limbo because no one knew what was going to happen with it. Yeah, like he's the guy, he's Mr. Evo, and they have other people that work on Evo that you know of, But like when it comes to Evo, the person you think of like, Joey Cuellar. So
Yeah.
PlayStation comes through and they buy Evo, and I know a lot of people are wondering if that's going to be an issue or not for other games, but I did see somewhere around that PlayStation did say that they are still open to having other games, up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Apparently, it's not going to be an issue. I did see Nintendo specifically because I think a lot of this is around Nintendo. Because I mean, in terms of Evo, I can't think of Xbox really they have Killer Instinct, but that's not really on the docket. Um,
yeah.
Most of the big games like that are on Sony, so it's not going to change all that much. The biggest question mark is Smash. Nintendo gave a very corporate answer, which was just maybe. Like they said that they were going to judge opportunities, but like they would say that anyway. I feel like Nintendo really wants to hedge its bets no matter what. Like I feel like they would have said that whether it was run by Sony or anybody else. They're not going to make a hard commitment in any condition because it's Nintendo. So, you know, I don't think it's out of the question. I also don't really know if Nintendo cares to be at EVO. I don't think they want to be at the online one because why would you?
Yeah.
But I think if EVO happens next year and we're offline, that please, God, let that be the case. I can't imagine they wouldn't want to be there unless they really just wanted to push it away entirely. So, I mean, I don't think it's a big deal. I think Sony buying EVO is great, and I don't think it really has that many reverberations for the scene as a whole, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm naive.
I think that, I mean, it all depends on Nintendo Japan, because like Nintendo Japan is like really what stops a lot of forward progression. So I think that like I'm kind of like, you know, I'm kind of skeptical. I would like it for I would like for Smash to be there, obviously, but the probability of it being there is like a big 50-50 for me as well. But not for this one, not for 2021. I think honestly they should skip out because, you know, as in comparison to everybody else's netcode, ours is straight terrible. So
yep.
So yeah, should skip out on that one unless we get some big boost. I mean, you know, they did say they were working with Microsoft on something. I thought that was going to be on like infrastructure or whatever, but like that never happened. And I think honestly, what it really came down to was just Steve. So
that was the one thing they were working on. They just made Steve.
just putting Steve into the into Smash, and they were like, "Great job, everybody, we did it." And it was like, "No, but what about our internet?" And like, your servers are fine, but they're not even a little bit. So yeah, I mean, as you said, like pretty much all the games that can be played on all the fighting games that can be played on PS4, PS5. If they decide to keep PCs going for whatever reason, sure. Like, but I think most of the systems, most of EVO was played on systems anyway. And as long as they allow EVO to do that thing where they let other people run like the smaller tournaments, you know, the community ran tournaments, I think EVO should be fine. You know, and with, I mean, it's like a guaranteed bankroll too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know that EVO had money now, but like you're getting money from Sony, which definitely has money because they're all over the place. You know, Sony TVs, Sony PlayStations. I mean, Sony, I'm sure they got a fridge somewhere around here. So
yeah,
just they got a lot going for them. And I could see that money being funneled back into EVO and making it a grand spectacle, or I could see it going really corporate and then kind of alienating, I guess, the grassroots part of EVO.
That's what I'm wondering is what does this look like on the back end? Because like the game already or EVO already seemed very the game itself was or EVO itself was pretty big and high production. So what can EVO under Sony do that isn't like that steps it up? Part of me feels like it's going to be a marketing thing and it's going to be just pushing their own titles, which kind of sucks because like, you know, maybe they could do cool stuff with it, but at the same time, it's probably just going to push like, hey, the Sony game is coming out in a few weeks, or, you know, keep your eyes out for that, which I hope it doesn't do, but it might.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I think a lot of this is theoretical as of right now until we really get a better handle on it and on where the games are going. I mean, I don't think there's any issue in them picking it up for online now. But like when it's offline, that's going to be a whole new ball game. When it comes to, you know, next year when we're offline, that's going to be different.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I'm finally looking at the statement that Nintendo said in a statement to IGN that it has enjoyed engaging with fans at past EVO tournaments and wish to show the show organizers the best with their new venture. We will continue to assess EVO and other opportunities as we plan for future online and offline Super Smash Brothers tournament activity. So
that is
that was about as corporate as it gets.
Yeah, they're not saying anything. They're not saying anything.
Yeah. That I mean, it almost feels like the wishing you the best sounds like we're not going to be part of that. That's that part right there. Just we wish the best with their new venture. Like, yeah, no, y'all good. Y'all not going to get no help from Nintendo. So We'll see though. Maybe Nintendo will do that thing where they fuck up and then they stop fucking up, and then everyone's like, "Wow, Nintendo's really listening." When really, realistically, it's I don't know. That's like some Stockholm syndrome stuff. Like you finally do. Like you're the reason we're in the bad, we're in a bad situation, and then you remedy it, and now you're like, "Look at me!" Like, I've done it all.
I was gonna say they kind of push you backward, and then they get excited when you get to jump forward. I think I do think Nintendo is probably in the right for not committing to anything, because like if it is just a big PlayStation like blow up event and the idea is it's a big marketing like Sony con, if I was Nintendo I wouldn't want to be a part of that either. That's stupid.
I can give you a small booth in the corner like they did Skype that one year, TwitchCon.
Yeah, exactly. Like get the hell out of here. But maybe next year they'll be somewhat more, maybe it'll be better. I think it all depends on how things go. And I mean, when there's a new Smash on the way, there's no way Nintendo isn't getting in then. That would be foolish.
If they do make a Sony Con, though, that's going to bring a lot more casuals to tournament plays. Because it'd probably be like tournament/convention.
Yeah.
Come try the new Horizon Zero Dawn over here. Stuff like that. But I don't know. The more I think about it, the more the possibilities are endless right now. So I guess it's better we just kind of like don't speculate too much, because then expectations get set, and then expectations are always broken by Nintendo for sure. So
I just wonder how much they're going to really put into EVO. Like, are they just going to keep it at the same scale that it was at Mandalay Bay with the arena, blah, blah, blah? Are they just going to sort of stay the course, or are they going to try to elevate it? Because that would be kind of neat. Don't know what their idea is, and all we can really do is wait to see, because I don't know if they know yet. I don't know if they have a solid idea on what they're going to do with EVO until it actually happens. So we've only got a little bit more time to find out. So we'll see what direction Sony decides to take it, because it might not be the EVO that we know.
Yeah. So other news before we get into the last topic, though, quick other news is that Resident Evil Village is coming out relatively soon, and it seems as though Capcom is putting a lot of stake into it. I saw an article recently that said they want this to be like the best of the franchise. So that's nice to hear, I guess. But Resident Evil is like, I mean, it's been going on so long, and everyone has already picked a favorite. I think it's hard to appease people who love the first few Resident Evils. You know what I'm saying? Like the clunky Resident Evils, but like they probably grew up on them, so they're like, okay, yeah. And then Code Veronica people, it's a little more action-y oriented in those ones. So I don't know how you're going to be able to appease to both those fans and then also be the best. I mean, it sounds like they put a lot of money into it, so that's good. At least it'll be a quality game.
I mean, don't you want every game that you put out to be the best? That's so like.
Yeah, that is kind of a weird statement.
Well, yeah. Okay, listen, we weren't trying with 6, and 7 was okay, but 8, like this one. Can't wait. This one's going to be tight. Maybe 9 will suck, but I don't care. We want 8 to
This one going to go crazy, though.
This one. That feels kind of silly, but I mean, I guess it's cool. I feel like Resident Evil, at least with the last one, I like the idea that 7 was like the hillbilly cannibal family sort of shtick. This one seems like a haunted castle vampire thing. I like the idea of them going sort of almost anthology, and they cover like a different genre of horror. Maybe they'll do like a spelunking one in a cave, like The Descent or something. I think that's what the Dark Pictures anthology is doing. Those awful games. But like if they go down that kind of road, I think that's interesting. But I don't know how they're going to differentiate. That's sort of my question. Is like, okay, what are you going to do that's different this time?
Yeah, it says best. It says Capcom wants Resident Evil Village to be the best performing, in quotations, title in the series. Okay, I feel like you should. Yeah, honestly, you should definitely think that way about every game, every new game you're putting out. Like you always want to improve.
Yeah.
So that is just a weird statement, but it is what it is.
By best
yeah, man, that was just a quick.
Do they mean like sales wise? Do they mean like gameplay wise? I don't know what they mean by that.
Let's read the article. Speaking of game industry biz, Antoine Mollant, Capcom's marketing director for the UK and EMEA region, said that our main ambition for this year, although there's so much going on at the same time, is to make sure Resident Evil Village will be the best performing Resident Evil title, both in terms of quality as well as business. Okay.
Okay.
So definitely the sales, but they're also saying that this should be the best game ever.
All
Okay.
right. I'll give it up.
I mean, I still think that like as you're like you're not gonna. You should think that about every game. Like you don't make Resident Evil 1 and then be like, all right, for 2, we're gonna go back a little bit. Let's take some of the features away. Like,
bro, 3's gonna suck. 3, I don't care. We're taking out everything. But 4, we're bringing it back. That's gonna be the best one we've ever made. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's the play, but
definitely a weird statement. But before we get into our last topic, obviously, Coney's got something to show you. Coney.
Throw it up. Check this out.
Join Ignition Casino, your go-to destination for the best online poker, table games, progressive slots, and much more. Sign up with the promo code Ignition777 and deposit using Bitcoin to get 25 free spins on 777 Deluxe.
I want you guys to know while that ad is running, my mic is still on. TK and I are just sitting here in total silence. Like we're just waiting for that ad to like we're just sitting here. We can't talk to each other because the ad is play. So I just want you guys to know that 30 seconds of ad, there's just nothing happening here. So thought you guys should know that. It's fun.
Yeah. So anyway, our last topic of the day, Tekken 7 dropping another character, another original character here. So they dropped Fakum Ram a while ago. They dropped Leroy a while ago, and now another original character within Lidia. So Lidia is a karate style character. Reminds me a lot of this Hitomi from Dead or Alive. She has a lot of parries, but yeah, it's a very recognizable style of game or of fighting. Honestly, it's straight up karate. So that's pretty cool. She's the prime minister, so that's also cool. Yeah, she's the prime minister.
Of what? Like Great Britain?
Let me go look real quick. Lidia Tekken. Oh, so there it is. Here we go.
Where is she from?
She's the prime minister of Poland.
Damn.
So yeah.
Do they even have a parliament? I guess they do. Poland government. I'm looking this up.
Here we go. It says Lidia is very patriotic as she vows to win the 7th King of Iron Fist tournament in the name of the people of her country. She's seemingly unfazed by the threats that her aide warns her about and unafraid to confront Heihachi Mishima when he refuses to withdraw Tekken Force from Poland. She is a dedicated karateka, and in her character reveal, accidentally slips into speaking like she is in the dojo whilst on the phone with her aide, suggesting she is more comfortable in martial arts setting than in a political one. So, yes, her fighting style is traditional karate, and she dislikes the Mishima Zabatsu and Heihachi Mishima. So, but yeah, so the Prime Minister of Tekken has come into, or Prime Minister of Poland has come into Tekken to beat ass in the style of karate. I got a chance to play her earlier today.
Hold on, before we start, I looked this up. Dude, the actual Prime Minister of Poland is named Mateusz Morawiecki, I think is how you say that. How do you feel? If you're the actual Prime Minister and you just got a Tekken character just like, no, I'm the Prime Minister and I can beat your ass. Like, that's not fair. Could you imagine if a character came out in Tekken and it's just like, oh yeah, he also hosts a show called Y'all Gaming. It's like, wait, what? Why me? Why'd you come for me? What did I do? You know, like.
So they got like her full backstory. 10 is when her grandfather became prime minister. 16 is when she enrolled in the university to study law. 18 is when she won her first karate world championship. 21 at the time of graduation and first election won. And 29 when she became the prime minister. You know how accomplished you are. That shit make me feel like I ain't do nothing in life.
That's what I'm saying. How old is she? What's her age?
I assume she's 29 now. It doesn't give her the
bullshit. 29-year-old, all that accomplished. Get the hell out of here. 7 years out of college and doing all that? I don't buy it. Stupid.
Well, anyway, backstory aside, she's a very fun character. Has a decent amount of parries, although I haven't really found a way to parry kicks yet. I don't know if she has those except for low parries. But that's a pretty cool thing. And there's a decent amount of characters that do have some type of parry in the game. One of the bigger parries definitely coming in from Jin, but her parry is like it's like a guaranteed parry into some attacks. So she's dope. Super dope character. I don't know if she's gonna get nerfed or not because I feel like that's what's happening to a lot of the DLC. But I think that's what happens to DLC in general because you can't release DLC and they're mid. Like they have to be good. Otherwise people are gonna be like, why am I paying for this, right?
Yep.
Fakumram has been nerfed since release, twice now, and now people are putting out videos that Fakumram is dead off this last patch. He got like 8 or 9 different things like changed about him, and most of them were nerfs. So, I just think that I see people saying the Smash DLC wasn't like that. I mean, that's
not the same.
Relatively fair. Like,
no. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair.
Let me look.
The Smash DLC, you don't need the character to be good because it's goddamn Joker. You're gonna buy it. If you like Persona, you're buying Joker. I bought Banjo without even seeing him move. It's like one of those things where if the character is going to carry it. Now, the reason that they have to release Busted is if it's a new character. If you didn't put King in Tekken 7 and then you made him DLC, hell yeah, it doesn't care. I don't care how good he is. It's King. You're gonna buy King. But if you put in a new character, this is a new character. Lidia is not an old head. So like you got to sell people on it. How do you sell people on it? She's kind of cheap. That's the play.
I don't even think the Smash DLC is bad outside of Piranha Plant, who's like also very annoying. So somehow that ends up making him all right. Like
none of them.
Joker's nice. I guess Joker's nice. Banjo is mid. Hero's decent, but like RNG. Terry's pretty good. Bylef's pretty good. Min, we're still out. You know, the verdict's still out on that one. Steve, verdict kind of still out on that one. Sephiroth is good. And Pyro and Myth are good. And people are definitely saying she's like godlike, but I don't know. I don't know about that. But yeah, I mean, I guess they're not releasing like straight busted characters. I mean, that's good though, because they had to learn from their mistakes. They released a busted character, and everyone was like, "Why did you do this?" In Smash 4. So at some point in time, you have to learn from your mistakes and like make characters decent, but like not amazing. Tekken 7 does not do that though. Pretty much every DLC that's come out so far has been really relatively good. As far as the original characters, Fakumram was good, Leroy was good, Lidia, obviously the verdict's still coming out on her, but from what I've played for the 2-3 hours I was playing earlier, I like her. She seems pretty good. I'm gonna get back into the lab pretty much right after the stream. But yeah. So I'm kind of interested in what Tekken's gonna do because they have one more spot left in their season 4 pass, I think. Season 4
it's gonna be it's got to be like a third-party media character, right? Like a Negan.
Well, I think that like because Tekken, they have all these IPs they can still pull from, like, and they still, Roger, Alex are still out there, and people are saying stuff about that. You can make Tiger or Christy and give them different moves so they're not like just Eddie clones. So, I mean, there's stuff that they can do. And on top of that, man, all these games keep coming out with another season. I thought Tekken was going to be done after season 2. Like, we gave you 2 seasons of DLC. There's some really good characters in there. We're done. And then Harada came back and said, how about another one? And then he did it again. And same thing is going on with Street Fighter. Like, we thought to see it was going to be over. We're now in, like, I think we're in Street Fighter, like, season 5 or something like that. So that game keeps picking up. I'm interested to see if Sakurai is going to do another season,
Dude, well, apparently the Street Fighter thing is literally just because they were going to work on another game, and then all this happened. They're like, all right, we're just going to work on the same game. So I wouldn't be surprised. We're probably going to get another Fighter Pass. I think we are. And I've been wrong before, but I'm feeling it here.
I need a definitive edition right now. I think, you have to wait for the finals. You have to wait for the final Fighters Pass, so...
They said they were going to support it until the end of 2021, and we got 2 characters left, probably 3 months apart. So our next character is probably in like August, I would say. It's like longer, but it's April, May, June, July. I think that cooks it up for longer, and then the last one drops in like December. And then they're like, oh, by the way, we didn't get to work on a new game, so here's the definitive edition with some other stuff. I could see them doing it, and then maybe it's a Switch Pro. I don't know.
Well, the Switch Pro is definitely on the way.
Yeah.
There's been too many reports about that. It's supposed to be sometime around holiday 2021. And we don't know if it's like going to be called the actual Switch Pro, but like Yeah, there's been more news about that. It's apparently going to run like an Nvidia like 20 card in there. So it should being able to upscale when you dock it, which is like okay, like that's what I thought we should be doing in the first place.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, they also recently discovered a new Joy-Con patent, which has like the 3DS stuff on it, which I don't know if I want that more than the actual like joystick. I don't know if I want a sliding pad more than the joystick. So that is something that I'm very interested in following up on later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, wait for more news to come out. We got a whole week before we get into another y'all gaming. So if you're trying to keep up with the news here, we definitely be talking about some decent news stuff here. Monster Hunter Rise is coming out this Friday, so I'll definitely be able to talk about that next week because I will be playing that game.
Does that like an MMO? Because every single Monster Hunter game I look at, I'm like, ooh, that looks kind of fun. But I watch some gameplay and it looks like an MMO, and I'm like, ugh.
No, I mean it's multiplayer, but it's not really an MMO. It has like the MMO overworld type deal for you have to go out and shop and whatever. I mean, like, but you're doing the same thing in Red Dead. Like you go to towns, you have to shop in places, whatever. The thing I think you might not like about that game is that Monster Hunter, maybe not Rise, but Monster Hunter is kind of clunky. I don't know about Rise, but it's a very clunky game. There's no lock on for monsters. You just have to be attacking the right part of the monster. It works for the game though, because I feel like lock on would either make it too easy or it would kind of break the system because you want to attack certain parts of a monster. If you're locked on, you may not be able to do that.
Sure.
So like without having a lock on system, it just works. It works well for the game.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Rise seems like there's a lot more movement in it, so you may like it. I don't know. I didn't play Monster Hunter that I liked until World. I tried the one on the 3DS and I tried the one on the Wii, and I didn't like either one of them. They just felt way too clunky. And then World came out, and I was like, this is nice. World actually got me to buy a PS4 Pro. So
damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll check it out then, because I've always wanted to look at one of those games, but and I'm trying to find a new game to get into because I feel like there's not much. I'm playing balloons now. I don't like balloons. It's just tickling my brain. It's like I'm not having fun. It's just hitting the right spot.
Yeah. I have another friend who's doing the same thing. So did balloons get like an update or something? What's going on?
It's literally just $2 right now on Steam. That's it. It's $2 on Steam, so I was like, oh, perfect. I'll hit that spot. So I want to try Monster Hunter, but I'm also like, I don't know.
I mean, there's a demo.
There is?
There's a demo. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't play the demo because I feel like sometimes some weapons don't work well in the demo because of what you're fighting and what they give you. So
gotcha. Is it on Switch or is the demo on
It's on Switch.
All right, I'm gonna go on that then. I want to try that.
Yeah. All right.
I'll see if I do.
We got a question here from Mr. Patch saying, not sure if you guys are taking any questions, but I think it's interesting how people are able to follow their favorite players' streams with online tournaments, but they'll go away when offline events return. Do you have any thoughts on how the audience will adjust to that? I don't know, because I feel like you should have made we've spent a full year in the house. You should have made some type of bond with me more so than just I'm only watching you because I can't go nowhere. So I'm hoping that I do think that viewer count may take a small hit, but I don't think that anybody blew up over the quarantine and they're just gonna drop to not having any viewers.
I'm a little conflicted on it because I feel like, if you remember back in the day, it was people would say, why would you go to a tournament and make maybe, $5,000 if you win against streaming and make, if you're Zero or Nairo or whoever else had a ton of viewers back then, you'd make a lot more. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Now everybody is doing that. If you look at a lot of the Smash players, Bestness, who, maybe would get, and I'm not trying to take any shots, but Bestness is a top 16, top 32 player at a super major. He's not making the money. Why not just chill and stream? I'm pretty sure he has 1,000 subs, why not just chill? You're going to make more that way. I don't know what players are going to go out and do it, But I also feel like viewership and subs are probably going to go down across the board when people get offline, but maybe not. I really don't know. Maybe this Twitch boom is a permanent thing, or maybe it's just because everybody's inside now. There are a lot of different ways of sort of interpreting it, but we'll never know until it happens. You know, Brandon Dubb in the chat says HBox comes to mind. Yeah, I think he's the biggest question mark, because you got to think of it this way. HBox, #1 Melee player in the world. Mango mostly stopped. Armada's gone. Mewtwo King's gone. PPMD's gone. Who does he have left to fight? You made it. You know what I mean? Like, all the other kings are dead, and now you're the last one left. Why would you go to a tournament to fight the new guard that's just going to beat you, and then everybody's going to be like, oh, they're better than HBox. Why not just sit at home, stream Ultimate, and faint while popping off? I would be HBox. That's the play. You know? I'd be passing out 3 times an hour. Every time.
That clip is still funny, bro.
It's very funny. It is extremely
like, what
funny.
are you doing, bro? Oh, man. Mango's back, though, and HBox is slowly drifting back from Melee. Mango's practicing when Mango has, like, an event. But, like, that's the thing about Mango. He's the natural, so he doesn't practice too often until, like, events coming up. And we love seeing Mango win, for sure. But, you know, the new guard is, you know, they're really popping off. Like, Zane, you know what I'm saying? Like, Zane came out of nowhere. And now, like, every finals is, like, someone against Zane. You know what I'm saying? Axe, he's not really a part of the new guard, but he's definitely, you know, making more waves as of late. So, you know, like, it's just, I think it's good for Melee in general, just to have, like, people who are actually finally able to challenge the 5 gods.
Yeah.
Or the 4, I guess, because PPMD's been gone forever.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Leffen as well. Don't forget Leffen. He was the first, like, of the new guard, to be honest, to really start taking names and whatever. And now people are starting to catch up to him as well. So, I mean, it's definitely good for Melee in general. You don't want to see that is the problem that Smash 4 and Ultimate had for a bit was, well, Smash 4 mostly, but just having one person win everything. It's just not fun to watch after a while. Like, it's great to see someone dominate, but it's also great to see someone who can actually challenge the person who's dominating. And we didn't get that until, like, a year and a half later. So
I think that there's a fine balance between, like, viability in the competitive sense and how much you can afford to just stream and make content and just live off that. So if you're HBox, who has been on top for years and years and is 10 years in the scene, you could probably just do content. You've paid your dues. You were the best in the world at one time, and you can smoothly coast into a nice retirement plan of laughing at memes. Like, that's fine. But if you're somebody like Bestness, who, like, has been doing very well, you know, top 32 at majors, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's amazing. Top 16 sometimes, if I'm not mistaken. But, like, you don't have the 10 years. You might have to keep going to tournaments because that, like, you don't have the same pedigree. You know what I mean? It's like you're going to have to keep making that content while also competing. Because if you just do the content, I think, and don't compete, I think people will migrate, if they're only there for Smash, to the people who are doing both. So it's a tough sort of balance that players are going to have. I think it's different for every single person. But I would not be surprised to see a lot of top competitive players just be like, nah, I think I'm just going to do this. But their numbers are going to hurt, because if you don't go to the tournaments and prove that you're good, why would people watch you? You know? It's tough.
Yeah. So we'll see, though. I mean, I've always thought that about Smash in particular, that, like, you know, doing well in tournaments will always lead people to come to your stream. Yeah. So hopefully that does work out for the tier 2 level of streamers who are trying to break into tier 1 and whatnot. But yeah, man, that's gonna be it for y'all gaming. Thank y'all for watching again. If you guys are just watching this or just tuning in, you can watch the entire episode on YouTube later, but you can also catch it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Make sure you follow Prediction and keep up with all the things Prediction, all their shows, because we're not the only show here. They have quite a few other shows. They got the Backliners, and I think they had a COD show for a bit. But yeah, go ahead and check them out whenever you get a chance.
Definitely peep it.
Got any final words?
Nope. Thank you guys for tuning in to the show. I don't know. I think I'm playing. I don't know what I'm doing tonight. I actually kind of want to try Monster Hunter Rise, so I might do that. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you guys on Y'all Gaming next time. But for right now, good night and goodbye.